Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. Talking about metro schools, we have Fred Carr with us, who is the Chief Operating Officer. He's over transportation and technology, which we'll talk about in a minute. We also have Susan York with us from the Customer Service Center, the Assistant Manager there. Let's go to Dustin now. Hello, Dustin.
Hey, guys. Good evening. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good.
What's on your mind?
I got a question for the CDO. I was talking about the CDO and the school bus driving and things like that, and the safety about our kids as well. I follow a lot of news around the world and everything else, and I'm wondering, what do you think about, drivers driving the kids either being armed or unarmed, or more security cameras on the school buses so that it can monitor the kids getting into fights or things that might happen on the bus and things like that. I've seen a lot of fights from high schoolers to middle schoolers. I don't know about elementary schools, but I know middle school and high school, there's a lot of fights on these schools.
All right, let's talk about that. I think there are two questions there. One is about the video. The other, he said something about armed or unarmed. What about, security issues, and let's talk first about the video.
Sure. I think what he's referring to is most of the fights that he's probably seen were videoed by somebody with a cell phone.
Right.
All of our buses are camera equipped. Our newer buses, the last couple of years, are equipped with 3 cameras, one in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back. We don't miss much. Middle schoolers, again, provide a challenge, but we don't miss much. So all of our buses have that technology. All of our buses are equipped with GPS technology so that we know where the bus is. All of our buses are equipped with two-way radios. So, and we have 4 dispatchers that are on duty all the time during the peak hours. During the off-peak hours, we have 2 dispatchers on duty. We have some other emergency kind of notification devices that I won't talk about, but we have them. So we feel really technologically well equipped on our buses. We did a media kind of day earlier this year, right before school started, and did a kind of show and tell with our latest buses and the bus technology. And these buses, they're nothing like I used to drive. They are really sophisticated in terms of both the diesel technology. You'll notice when you're driving down the road, if you're following one of our newer 12, and it'll say 12 or 13 or 14 on the back, that's the year model of the bus. If you're following one of our new buses, you won't see any smoke. So we have really high efficiency diesels with emissions controls. So some of the older ones you'll see smoke, the newer ones you won't see smoke, because we cut it down. So
security, and if you do look at the news, it could be horrifying at times, but you feel good about the security in today's world with the buses?
We do.
Okay. Now I want to talk about technology. TCAP for the first time is going to be, you're not going to have the pencil and the bubble.
No more bubble sheets.
All right, what's going to happen?
Kids will take their TCAPs and other assessments that we give on a computer. Most of the students will take those tests on laptops. We've purchased laptops. Actually, we did it a year and a half ago with a special grant from the mayor and city council. We purchased enough laptops for the largest grade in every school to take a test at the same time. We have a very robust network, wireless network in all of our schools. We have a guest network where kids can connect to the internet with their own devices, their own phones, and that kind of thing. And then we have a network that's there for the office and the teachers and all of the kind of stuff that we do there.
What about getting the results? Will it be faster or the same or slower? What about the results?
The first year, we expect it to be much slower because the state may get the results back quickly from the tests, but they have to do a lot of work on the data to be able to compare that data to previous years. So we will expect it to be faster after this first year. The challenge, and I've been in schools, the challenge with some of our kids things that we don't think about. So I check my email, I sit down and I log in and I go on about my business. And I don't think about that. But I was in a classroom a couple of weeks ago watching a second grader use their username and password, which we provide because that has to be connected to get them to the right test. And I was watching a second grader try to log in. And me, it's 5 seconds, I'm in. But a second grader has to look at each letter and get logged in, and it's a challenge. And so that is something that we have to teach kids, not only how to use the technology, but how to access the technology.
So that's amazing to me. They're going to be logging in the second grade with their own username and password.
Yes.
Wow. Boy, because that can be frustrating for me.
I get it.
As an adult.
I get it. Which password do I use
exactly.
here? Yes, yes.
All right, so that's a huge change this year.
It is, and it's all over the state. It's a huge change all over the state. So this is not just MNPS, but it's statewide. However, we feel like we are really prepared technology-wise. What we've got to do is make sure our kids are prepared to manipulate the device and the test, because again, people that use computers a lot don't think much about highlighting a phrase and cut and paste, but we have to teach those skills to our students for them to be able to do that, so that when they write, they can cut and paste, because these tests require that skill.
Wow.
So not only are we teaching the skill of the reading skill and how to answer the question, but you also have to know how to manipulate the device to get it to do what you want. So that's a whole additional skill set that our kids are learning.
Yeah, because it used to be you just fill in a bubble.
Right. No more fill in the bubble.
Okay. All right, we have a couple minutes left. Susan, what are some of the other things that you want to hit on?
Really, we do just want to encourage people to come down and talk to us. We really want to help you find the best fit for your child when it comes to applying for your 7 choices of schools. Really gone are the days when people would come into the office and ask me, is this a good school? Those days really are gone, and what they're asking me now is, what school would be best for my child? So I start by asking them a lot of questions. What are your child's interests? What would your child like to be when they grow up? And we really are working it down from there. All the schools are good, but one might be better for you, and one might be better for you. And we really think that we've helped a lot of people be happy in the school that they choose by doing the work on the front end. One other thing that's coming up, we are having our walkthrough Tuesdays. We encourage all families before you apply for any school to go in and take a visit, walk through, contact the school. They'll give you a date and time to come. They'll have someone set up to help you with a tour. The next scheduled date is November 10th, November 17th, and then December 1st.
So don't feel intimidated. Just go, look at the school. There's somebody there that can help you. Okay, we're going to take a break. Be back, wrap everything up right after this.